Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot on a very, very hot Monday afternoon. And I have the After Tarot on the tarot table, which many of you will know is my breakup and make-up tarot deck, the one that I use most often to look at the state of relationships. And I think today, in the light of what is going on with this Bring Harry Back In from the Cold story that we've been hearing about incessantly the past few days, I think it's time to have a look at the state of the union. And as someone has suggested on my channel, I'm also going to look at the children and who might get the children in the second part of the readings today. I think we're there, or we're going to have a look anyway to see if we are there, because obviously lurking behind this Bring Harry Back In from the Cold story is that what about her, the one back in Montecito? Is she part of the deal? Is he just kicking the door open so she can slide her way back into some light roiling while everyone else is incapacitated? Or is it really that the marriage is over and all bother shouting? So after tarot on the tarot table, we're going to do a relationship spread. We're going to look at Harry and Meghan, recent past, as recent as Colombia, because I think that might have been a bit of a moment for Harry when he was sitting eating his pudding all by himself while she was the center of attention. He was looking sour and apparently didn't appreciate being the spare, Meghan's spare in Colombia. So that's going to be our recent past. Then we'll look at the energy around them right now. Then we'll look at future energy. Who might be staying, who might be going, or are they going to stick it out together like Wallace and David did? Some people wish that on them and say that it's no more than they deserve. That Five of Pentacles keeps showing itself to me. Interestingly, no more than they deserve to be stuck together for the rest of time. I don't have an opinion on this really, because I think that they are bitterly unhappy either way. That's my personal opinion, but I'll try and park it on the side while I do this reading. And of course, this is just tarot for fun and entertainment, and it is all speculation. And I just read energy here, and of course there is a disclaimer in the box below. So let's see where we are. This great love story, where has it got to? Harry and Meghan, and current energy that I'm laying out now, future energy, and underlying energy. What are we dealing with? That is a divorce card. The Justice card is a classic divorce card, legal proceedings. And I have seen this for a while, I have to say. Rumblings that are going on in the background, lawyers, arguments, maybe arguments about custody, who gets what, that kind of stuff. There's been that energy around for a long time, but it's very interesting that it has shown up as the underlying energy of this reading. Splitsville, separating things, dividing things up with justice in reverse. It could be a kind of a stalemate about the legal proceedings as well. Just by the way, it's coming through for me that they might have reached some sort of impasse over something, kids, money, who lives where, who does what, who says what, who confesses what. Anything like that is possible. But we've got lawyers involved there. We've got divorce, we've got Splitsville in that energy. So let's take them to the recent past. Let's take them to Colombia and see the unhappy duo. That's Harry and that's Meghan. Ooh, okay. Not a happy trip. And we saw that in between all the smiling for the cameras and the salsaing and all the rest of it. Harry's got the Six of Pentacles. It's in reverse, and that is somebody who feels exploited and hard done by. Upright, it's fairness. We've got two cards of injustice, of feeling that things aren't fair. He feels he's been taken advantage of, being used. That's a very, very typical energy of the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Upright, it's even Stevens. You get some, I get some. You get some attention, I get some attention. In reverse, somebody is doing all the giving and somebody is doing all the taking. And Harry in this energy. My opinion, Harry felt that he wasn't getting enough attention, getting enough notice. She has bought him a few awards recently, but Columbia was all about her. Very clearly all about her, and he didn't like it. Her energy, she has the Death card in reverse. Death is about endings and bitter endings, really, a change that you resist, but it comes along anyway. It's in reverse. Somebody who's hanging on for dear life is not ready to let go of the situation. She has got nowhere else to go. Very clearly, we've seen all these puff pieces about how she's now an angel investor or a dolphin or whatever she calls herself. And that cooking show is really coming, and American Riviera Orchard is really being launched. And she's so successful and so popular and so blah, blah, blah. But really, I don't think anyone believes it, possibly even her at that stage. I think a bit of a panic on the go for her. And that is somebody who really should let go of something, really should give up, but isn't prepared to. It's going to be, that ring is going to have to be prized out of her cold hand, really, with that Death card in reverse. So, not good energy. That's the past. Right here, right now. Harry. What is Harry up to? There he is, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And the King of Cups in reverse. He has reached the end of the road with that Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It's the end of a journey, the end of something that he was going to be, thought was going to be for the long haul, the long distance, to some sort of earthly reward, not a heavenly reward, but a very materialistic card, the Knight of Pentacles. Slow, steady progress. It's in reverse. That is stopped in its tracks. The marriage has stopped in its tracks. It's also my classic card for Harry falling off a horse, polo pony, has bucked him off, or whatever the right terminology is, and landed, on his head. Basically, seeing stars almost, that the fall has been so precipitous from that horse. And then, of course, the King of Cups in reverse. This is emotional mastery, feeling very content with your life, very mature male energy, loyal, empathetic, embracing everybody. It's in reverse. Cold energy, withdrawn emotionally, icing someone out. He's not feeling it. So we've got two very negative cards there for a relationship. Harry, road stopped, journey has stopped, and then the emotions have gone as well. And it can also be, when the King of Cups is in reverse, it can be quite, can get quite nasty, because it can get quite snarky and sort of push buttons, knows how to push buttons. Cups in reverse, very good at pushing buttons. And so I think that's quite descriptive of where I sense that he is, and the cards are confirming my sense of what's going on with him. What's going on with her? Because we're hearing that he wants back into the royal family, but what's going on with her? We've got the Ace of Cups, and then the World in reverse. Doesn't want to let go of this, doesn't want the story to end, because if it ends, it's a huge failure, and it's a very public failure with the World card in reverse. It's very similar to the Death card in reverse, that the story hasn't ended yet. This mission has not yet been accomplished. It hasn't achieved what she expected it to achieve. But the very interesting card is this Ace of Cups that she's offering here. She is working very hard to lure him back. Big emotional play going on with that Ace of Cups. We can start over. I still love you. I adore you. He's being love bombed right now. And because she's not prepared to let go of this, she can't have this failure. I think she's the kind of person who needs to be the one who rejects, who leaves, who breaks up, can't deal with being on the receiving end of that kind of behavior. He's not interested. He's tuned right out. We saw that in Colombia very obviously when she was elbowing him. He was sitting next to that very glamorous, very elegant woman who ran that culture center and was talking to him and explaining what was going on, and he was completely enamored of her, and Megan was elbowing him and showing him a bit of that scrawny leg, and he was having none of it. There it is, the love bombing, I think, is going on with that Ace of Cups, but it's from this fear of failure with the world in reverse, that she can't deal with the fact that if it's all over, then it's really all over for her. And we'll have to look at that, and what happens to her if this marriage really is all over, what becomes of Meghan Markle. What's between them? I'm almost scared to look. We got the Two of Pentacles, and we got the King of Pentacles in reverse. This is her energy for me. This is his energy because it's King of Pentacles. That's him. He's in reverse. He's out of there. It's very much the husband card. He's not interested. She is still trying to keep this thing balanced, to keep juggling, which is a very interesting card because we have seen him juggling literally when she was doing that silly 40 by 40 thing with Melissa McCarthy, really insulting him and demeaning him. She's still we can keep this going. I can keep this all going. I'm prepared to put effort in to it, because the Two of Pentacles is very much about choosing where you put your effort and your attention. There's still these deals. I can still make stuff happen. She is almost out of her mind, that's my personal opinion, with trying to prove to him that his life in America isn't all over. It isn't a huge big disaster. She's still got her little black book. She's still got her contacts. She can still put deals together. She can still buy him an award. It's all possible still. Look, see, doing her little pitch there for him. It's possible. Don't give up. But he has given up. King of Pentacles in reverse. He's checked out. We've got two dominant male energies, kings, who are in reverse. One's emotionally checked out and one's checked out in terms of the long haul, the investment, whether it's a financial investment or just time and effort, and being the dutiful husband and being supportive and hold hands. When she says hand, there's the hand and all of that stuff. He is not interested in doing this anymore. So it's pretty clear where they stand now. That she's the one hustling to keep this relationship afloat and to make it seem like it's still afloat for all of us. Love bombing, very afraid of this ending. She's got the major arcana. He has got these kings in reverse and that Knight of Pentacles as well. So where are we heading? Where are we heading? That's him. High Priestess in reverse, and that's her, the Devil in reverse. It looks as if it's going to be over. It looks as if it's going to be over in a very messy way. High Priestess is a very interesting card to show up because one of the things that it rules is the mysteries of conception, pregnancy, things like that. But also in their situation, it's a card that often shows up when we're talking about her ability to control Harry through whatever means it is. Some people talk about hypnosis. Some people talk about NLP, that she has ways of triggering him, a triggering response from him, that she's kind of programmed him to react in a certain way to her behavior, which is very High Priestess. This is in reverse. This tells me, this is Harry's card, that her power over him has diminished. And I've seen this recently. I think I've seen that same card. I can remember saying the same thing. So I think he's breaking free of this control. Maybe he's getting support from these friends that he's apparently reached out to for help. But that power, that control, diminishing, there are secrets there that could come out as well. With that could come out to do with the mysteries around the children. But whatever she was using to keep him in control, and we can speculate about that. I'm not going to speculate here about whatever she held over him. It's diminishing. Of course, just one final thing with that High Priestess card is contact with Mummy Diana. I don't think he's really buying it that much anymore, and won't be in the near future. She has the Devil in reverse, which is breaking free. It's breaking chains. The Devil is about being chained to a situation that is extremely toxic. So they both got major arcana here, and they're very mysterious cards. They're kind of occult cards, both of them. And in reverse, whatever this unholy alliance, that's my opinion, whatever this unholy alliance is between the pair of them, it looks like it could be severed. I think in a very messy way, because secrets could come out. She could get very toxic in the process of this bond being severed between them. A lot of rage, a lot of ugliness, potential for that to come out. The Devil controls things like addiction, all kinds of addictions, not just substances, obsession, rage, deception. So mess. The potential for mess in here is extraordinary, in my opinion. There is just a very slight possibility that this all gets hushed up and we never find anything out about this, and surprise, one day, divorce, it's over. I don't think, though, that that is the dominant energy in here. I don't think so. I think when this goes down, it's going to go down spectacularly. That's my feeling about it. He's checked out. It's very clear. He's feeling very resentful of her attention, and it's all about her. He's checked out emotionally, and in terms of time and effort, she's still working very hard to persuade him that she's his emotional reference point, his emotional support system, the only emotional support system for him. She's not ready to face the failure of this right now. In future, he wriggles out of her grasp, I suspect, with that High Priestess in reverse. And I think that she, before she goes, she could really launch some real bombs, lob some real hand grenades into the situation. Divorce card as the underlying energy of this very nasty little reading. I don't relish reading cards like this, I have to say, even though I'm not a fan of either of them. Pretty toxic energy on the tarot table for this one. So that's it. We're going on in the next one to see about the kids.